time. Yes, we are. I'm sorry. I was late getting off from work. And it be like that sometimes, man. But we're here together, the most nefarious trio in this Dallas Cowboy content world, man.
Yep.
We got Big West Coast in the building, the Kanye West of this Cowboys content stuff, man. And then we got our brother landlord from Alabama, the trap landlord. Your rent must be due on the 1st, not the 2nd or the 3rd. You heard what we just said.
Absolutely. It's coming up too now.
Actually, your rent is due on the 31st. It's already supposed to be posted. If you want to be technical,
about to be early.
If you want to be technical, your rent is actually due on the 31st. It's supposed to be posted on the 1st.
Man.
But remember, you're paying for the new month. You're not paying for the month you just did.
Man. Hey.
We don't give away free days over here, bro.
Hey, man. We might even let you get away. Maybe the 30th. You might just have to go ahead and just say F it, man. You might have to.
Nah, bro. Nah. Listen to me, man. It's the off season. Content is gonna slow down here in a little bit, so we need our money on the 31st.
Hey, look, it get even worse too.
Like,
look,
what are you gonna do? Go to the Super Bowl. So no, our original plan is out the window.
Oh, the original
Everybody switch to Plan C. Plan C.
What if you got to send a money order or something? You need to send yours now. You need to send yours like on the 15th.
Yes, and to be honest with you, just to be safe, I would post date it for yesterday.
You got
because I would hate if you get a penalty.
You got to send that early.
Man.
Yeah, what they say, I would hate for you to get a penalty, but you're the one giving you the penalty. I know. That's why I said I would hate for you to get a penalty. Yeah. I would really hate that.
But salute to everybody out there, man. I see we got about 6 to 9 folks on here right now. I see 434 Cowboy, JV B-Boy, Nisi, Rico Jones, Bumpy 5 times, Judah Israel, Rico Jones, Israel Madrid, Miss Patrice, Miss Four Flats in the building, Joe Chan China. Let's see who else in the building with us, man. That's it so far. Now listen, there's actually 99 folks in here now. Richard Evans, what's up with you? There's actually 102. This keeps going up across all platforms. So everybody in the building, I ain't gonna draw this out. We got a bunch of stuff we need to discuss, and not all the time in the world to discuss it. So y'all know the usual routine.
This day was late.
Hey. He wants to throw that out there. This is the one day that West Coast Cowboy was not late. This is the one day that landlord from Alabama was not late. I'm gonna go both y'all under the bus.
That boy
snitch right here. You see this right here? That's at 9. You see this right here? It's at 9:01.
Where's gonna do your dirty? I'm
taking notes. West worse than me. He's showing the transcript.
At 9:01, I said I'm ready. And he said, he said, cool, I'll be there in a sec. You know, a sec is longer than a second.
It's a second much longer.
At 10:14, responsible West Coast sitting right here. I said, hey, are we going live? He said, yeah, I'm down the street. All caps.
Notice how quiet I am because I be screwing up a lot. So I'm gonna just fall back.
West Coast landlord be in the middle of making a play. He had a scoot in through the back though. I am proud of both of them for being on time. I was the tardy one today, but we shall overcome. What's up, my bro? Numbhead Neil is in the building, man. We said, what's up, gents? Slap Dan Quinn 283 times before checking in. Jesus.
I feel like slapping a head of the day. Smack.
Hey, but yeah, y'all know the usual rules and regulations, man. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit those cash apps, those super chats, those star buttons on the platforms, man. Show support to your content creators, and let's go ahead and get into it, man. Which one of y'all want to start, man?
He said every time y'all be late, it'd be like West probably delayed. No, that ain't true.
I be late.
I take a lot of listen to me. I fall on a lot of swords. I do. I fall on a lot of swords. It's all good. I love y'all.
All right, let's talk
Just
about.
I'm gonna tell y'all the subject, right? There's a person out there, right, that told me that they purchased a jersey from me and they've been blowing up and posting things on social media about me, right? Did you know? Turn to find out that they didn't even send the money to me.
L.
So yes, my name is West Coast Cowboy, but it's not West Coast Cowboy.
Hey, scammers gonna scam.
Crazy, right?
It be like that sometimes, man. Be like that sometimes. But I'm gonna start with you though, Wes. I'm gonna ask both of y'all, but I'm gonna just start in the middle, go down, and then I'll go last. What is one position you want to address this offseason that will help the Cowboys win in 2024? Because listen, Mike McCarthy's back. Dak Prescott will be back. Dan Quinn might even be back. I might have to drive to Dallas to personally try to evict Dan Quinn. I might have to plant someone in his car. I might have to go to drastic measures. But we might be running it back with the same coaching staff. So, what is one position? See, we're gonna probably run it back with the same coordinators. What's one position that you need to improve on for the Dallas Cowboys to actually have a fighting chance to win in the 2024 season? West Coast, the floor is yours.
Man, I think I didn't probably beat this up a game in time. I think the obvious positions is
I think I see it in the chat box. So go ahead. I want
obvious.
We only get one.
Huh?
We're gonna go. All three of us gonna say something. So I
was gonna say one position. Go ahead.
One from everybody.
I think I ain't gonna listen to me. I'm not gonna say the obvious because we kind of beat those positions up on the obvious. So let's say outside of middle linebacker and running back. I would probably say honestly, you know what I would probably say?
Talk to me.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I don't really think the Cowboys got too many needs, bro. Outside of that, like you're 12-5 teams. Like, listen to me. At some point, I think we got to take the cap hats off, and I think Cowboy fans, to a degree, are over freaking reacting. I'm having conversations with people who are acting like we went 0-17 last year. We did not. And I'm gonna tell you, shout out to my boy Chris Hegan, because he said something that has changed my life on how I view this team. Salute to you. Hey, sometimes in life, you don't got to be a smart content creator. You just got to have smart people that watch your stuff and you just read their comments, right? Chris said this. He said, everything we need to get to this point is on this team right now. And we needed, he said, we needed everything that's on our team to get to this point right now. But we need everything else to get us further. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what we don't have is what's preventing us from getting us further. So it's like your 12-5 team is good enough to get you here. So the questions that we need to ask are this: what do we need to get over the hump? Because I think content creators, we keep on like, can I ask you guys a question, man?
What's that?
Yeah, was last season a failure?
What,
in your eyes was last? You guys are listening to me. You guys already know you guys is middle linebacker and running back. But my question is on a bigger scale. Do we really say that even though we did not win a Super Bowl last year, I know we did not win a Super Bowl this year, but when you look at an 18-game season that we had last year, was last year a failure?
It's a two-part question though, Wes. The first season is regular season. That was a success. The playoffs was a big failure. That's how you know it's 0-0 in the playoffs.
Okay, no, actually, they don't even do that no more. They actually put the records in the playoffs. I don't know why.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You guys notice that too?
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that now, but they do that. But because that's my question. Like, I don't think. I know I'm gonna get hated on for this. But bro, Dak had one of his best seasons of his career this year. Mm-hmm. So then it's hard to be like, last year was a failure. You know what I'm saying? So my question not necessarily is, the answer to my question is this. The things that we need are things that I would say that we need to get over the hump. Yeah. You leave this team exactly the way it is right now, they should win between 11 and 12 games next year. So what do we need to do to get to 13 games or get to the second round of playoffs? All right, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. There isn't no real choking. Like so many people say, there ain't no choking in professional sports. You know what it is? It's you not being prepared in a team. Because listen to me, Green Bay still had to play. Green Bay played the best football game of the season last week. If you go look at Green Bay stats, that was the best offensive game they played all season. That was the best defensive game they played all season. So it wasn't no Cowboys choke, bro. You played a team that hands down played the best football of their life on that day. And you did not.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get off on mine. Let me see. We said what position we'll want to fix. And I agree with West Coast though. Like being real, I agree with you. Far as we have what we have what we need to get where we at. But that's the problem. We've been here. We've been stagnant.
No, the question is, what do you get to get next?
I know. That's what I was finna get at. I was finna get at that. You know what I'm saying? Because we progressing in the conversation. You was right at the beginning. We got enough to do with this again, basically. We can probably go win 11, 12 games again the way this team is currently constructed in the regular season next year. That's what I assume that you was talking about, because I agree with that. But what I'm saying is that what's something that'll get us over the hump is like, I just got to be honest with y'all. The wide receiver position is lacking. Like outside of CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks is okay. Like I look at Brandon Cooks from where his season was last year, and like I said, it don't matter who fault it was. I'm talking about the results. I'm not talking about the why. I'm talking about the what when it comes to Brandon Cooks. What happened was he gave you 600 yards. What Michael Gallup did, nothing. But what I'm saying is, okay, not to say that Brandon Cooks is a bad player. That's not what we're saying. What I am saying is maybe he's a Charger, and we might need a Hellcat. We might need something a little better. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Brandon Cooks being a good player, Dak Prescott might need a great number 2. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I think we need to address the wide receiver position big time, and it'll probably push Brandon Cooks to be a 3rd receiver or Jalen Tolbert to be a 4th receiver, something like that.
You said we were talking about the wide receiver yesterday. I'm gonna give you a little context on this, man. I don't want Dak to have a 1,700-yard receiver and a 1,000, 1,100-yard receiver. I don't want that, bro. That's a lot of freaking throwing the football.
Yeah, listen though. I wanted that to be like, I just want him to be easier when he do throw. I'm not campaigning to say throw a lot. I'm not campaigning for that. I'm just saying when he do decide to throw, just have him some great easy targets. That's all I'm saying.
But think about this, man. Listen to me. I don't think Brandon Cooks has to come up at all. The reason being is because if you go look at the beginning of this season, he was statistically untargeted. Like they were not even getting him the ball. So, like, I remember seeing Brandon Cooks' dad in the family zone at the 49er game. And I'm walking out the zone. He's walking in the zone. And I remember, and I said this, I told you guys about this live. I said, Mr. Cooks, you just got to get your son the ball, man. They just got to get your son the ball. With CeeDee Lamb getting 1,700, let's think about this. Realistically, CeeDee is a 2,000-yard receiver. Like, CeeDee is probably going to show you guys in the NFL that he is a receiver that can do between 1,700 and 1,800 yards. Because think about this. CeeDee Lamb almost got 2,000 yards this year, and Dak didn't even play. There's 8 games where Dak didn't even play in the 4th quarter.
Right.
And think about this. Had Dak would have played, CeeDee would have gotten 2,000 yards.
All we're saying is that CeeDee and Dak probably can't do it alone. That's why I'm saying he needs more.
But what I'm saying is this. I think it's at some point it's an overkill. Like if I have a number 1 receiver that's getting 1,700 to 1,800 yards, I don't need yards from my number 2. I need touchdowns and I need possessions. To see if I need the big yards, I'm gonna go to CeeDee Lamb for that. Now, if I need the
but what if they take it away in the playoffs?
But here's the thing though. In the playoffs, it doesn't matter. Stats don't matter. CeeDee Lamb can have 1 catch for 90 yards as long as it's not a beneficial catch. I'm saying over the body of the season, your CeeDee
No,
Lamb
we
is so
talking about progressing. Yeah, we talking about
I
progressing
know,
in the
but
playoffs. Yeah.
yes, but think about even in the playoffs though, like in the playoffs, you can only throw the ball. Who you throw the ball? Brandon Cooks his job. Like I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like
That's not what I
Brandon
said,
Cooks is
man.
a perfect. He's a
I ain't
perfect
saying
mix
that
for what
though.
we do, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Well,
I ain't saying that. I said I ain't saying he didn't do his job. I'm just saying I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for Dak Prescott. That's my mission, so I can win with him. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying I'm not campaigning to throw the ball. I'm just saying when he does decide to throw, it needs to be some open receivers that's gonna get open, that's dominant.
Yeah,
He
but
got
that's
some real
scheme,
big
man.
boy receivers.
But can I throw out some
I think
context?
that's scheme.
Can I throw out some context real quick for like an opposing team we're trying to catch up to? The 49ers got 3 All-Pros, man. They got an All-Pro tight end. They got 1,000 yards. Brandon Ayuk made an All-Pro team this year. Debo Samuel is a former All-Pro. And they have the fewest passing attempts in the National Football League. But Brock Purdy still got over 30 passing touchdowns. He still threw for a bunch of yards and all that stuff because of the way that they designed their team. So
y'all gotta remember we were trying not to say running back because he basically canceled that out. He said linebackers and running back. We know running back is one of the most.
We don't even have a running back on the team.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just trying to do it for context.
Y'all added context. Yeah, because we just added context.
Yeah, and can I say something real quick? Can I say something? Because man, I don't listen. There's just like listen to me. Whatever, I get it, but I say this.
I mean, I didn't even my train of thought for you to respond to.
No, I'll say let him go and finish what he was saying real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's nothing now.
No, I mean I'm gonna let you go. I just had to finish the train of thoughts because I don't have to go back.
I was just reading because somebody said they still want to run it back, so it's for sure still running back.
I mean, yeah. Of course you want to run it back. We don't have a damn run game. Tony Pollard, and we can all agree that Tony Pollard has shown he's not a number 1 running back, right? And it was stupid for the Dallas Cowboys to bring him back right after a broken leg and tell him in September, you broke your leg in January. We want you to be the starting running back in September. Everybody in America can now agree that was stupid. But just the piggyback of what LandLord said about making Dak Prescott's job easier. Like, I want all that. I want everything that the San Francisco 49ers is doing, because if we're going to run a West Coast offense, we might as well look at the West Coast offense that's still the number 1 seed, that we still haven't beaten. If you can't beat them, join them at this point. Like, I'm trying to figure out how they can go from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback and still be successful in the postseason. So I'm trying to steal all those East buttons that they're using. And that's just basically the context I wanted to add. If
that's all we were saying. We just trying to make it easy as possible for that. That's it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I would just think Brandon Cooks is the last thing I'm coming up with. At the end of the day, like if you're asking for, I just don't see. I mean, tell me, unless you're saying that you're looking for like because the only 2 receivers I've seen that's done something like that is like Minnesota when they had Diggs and when they had Thielen at his best. But bro, you just don't see no 1,700-yard receiver and then at 1,112. That just typically doesn't happen.
All right, hey, Samson RV hit somebody with a 5-piece. Thank you for the love. He said, get him a stud running back, get a stud linebacker. It's time to spend that money. This is so frustrating, and I think that's what we're all getting at this point. Because I don't give a damn about Jerry Jones' checkbook. I don't think West give a damn about his checkbook. I don't think that LandLord give a damn.
And I'm gonna tell you something real quick about Brandon Cooks. Listen to me. Brandon Cooks did not have more than 4 targets until week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, until the Giants game when he had 10.
The second Giants game.
So that's what I'm saying. Brandon Cooks went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. The first 7 weeks of the NFL season getting between 4 and 6 targets. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't. At the beginning of this season, we came into this season knowing that CeeDee Lamb was the top dog. So listen to me. I think Brandon Cook is great for us. You want to know why? Because he's a former number 1 who can sit his ass and still give you number 1 production. Man, them catches that Brandon Cooks was making, bro, ain't no typical number 2 catching them. Like, Brandon Cooks was making some catches like that was like, especially for his size.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not dogging him. I just wanted to be easier. That's all. I wanted to be so good on wide receiver 2 that we like, man. I want
you know what I would
people
think
to be
then?
dogging
You know what I
Dak
would think
for
then?
how easy his job is. That's what
But
I
you
want.
know whose job is to make it easier then?
Who?
You know who we need to really, really talk about? Who we ain't never ever talked about on this show? Ever. And I'm gonna tell you, because I don't even know the dude's name. Who is the other dude calling plays in Dallas?
Mike McCarthy.
No, there's another dude.
You talking about Brian Schottenheimer?
Brian Schottenheimer.
I mean, he don't call the plays. He just
we can't figure out what he do.
I don't know what he does.
We don't know what he do at this
But
point.
now remember, I thought he was supposed to be a pseudo,
like a pseudo
run game boom bop.
I mean, they got a run game coordinator on the offense. I don't know what Brian Schottenheimer does, and that's sort of the mystery.
Hell he do. I don't know.
Can anybody in the chat box tell us what Brian Schottenheimer actually does besides
we can't put no accountability on it, but we don't know what the hell he do.
Yes, but I'm just saying we know he's a part of the part of the, you know what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is this, right? I think right now with CeeDee Lamb being, and then think about this, next year CeeDee Lamb is going to be in a real contract year. So I don't need no number 2 that's talking about he needs to get ball. But I will say this. I think I say it like this. What was the difference between Cowboys? You know the one thing I noticed about Dak Prescott's career and all these other wide receivers? Dak Prescott don't throw a lot of open balls to open receivers. No. CeeDee Lamb is always joking the hell out of somebody. Brandon Cooks is always draped over someone. Michael Gallup has to overjump you. Why was Green Bay that Green Bay all 22 is bad. Listen, Dan Quinn's not getting a job off that film. Bro. He's not getting a job off that film. He's not getting a job off that film. Because, bro, there is so many wide open wide receivers in that game. And not even just wide receivers. Bruh, number 87 looks like Kyle Pitts out there, bruh.
They tight end got 17 yards of separation. They said that was the most in the league this whole season by any receiver.
He was
in any game.
He was the most open person the entire year, cuz nobody
else got they're saying my audio is bad. So they say my audio is bad. I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right, come back. I'm gonna let you in, kinfolk. It said J Run assignment. Man, listen, like I got a whole show set up to dog Dan Quinn. Like that's the whole purpose of my show tonight is to talk about how far Dan Quinn fell off.
Are we good?
You actually do
sound better.
But yeah, but think about this. I'm gonna tell you one thing I like about Sean McVay. Sean McVay has a scheme where he's able not even Sean McVay, good offensive coordinators, bro. Even the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. I know the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia is good. You wanna know why? Because I'm not very high on Jalen Hurts. I'm just being real with you. And I see him throwing a lot of passes to open receivers. When we need an offensive coordinator who can assist, because Dak shouldn't have to throw so many damn contested passes. When do we get naked wide receivers? Think about this. Even when our tight ends do catch passes and touchdowns, they're still over the middle in contact. Ferguson, our tight ends in Dallas got to be big. Why? Because you will take on contact as you go inside the end zone. When do you see plays like that? Our offensive coordinator has to help. And I know this is going to be clicked, and they're going to click and say, oh, your quarterback needs help. But I'm saying your offensive coordinator is supposed to help your quarterback.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Splendor Poppy for the $2 super on one of y'all. And he said, LandLord wide receiver 2 needs to be experienced, ready to go.
I understand that, man. My whole goal of this offseason is to make Dak's job easier, which will make us win in the postseason.
Hey, you know who might make his job easier? And I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is a name that I'm saying on the low right now. He's on this team right now, too.
He's on the team.
Well, he's on the team. We just resigned him. Martavius Bryant, brother. If you want to ask someone who can make Dak's life easier, red zone, we have never had. Because CeeDee Lamb is not just
a big old boy.
That's not him. Like CeeDee Lamb has made some ridiculous catches. But I'm just saying, like, hey, take this alley-oop. That's a jump ball type of, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this right here. There's a reason why they brought that young man back. There's a reason why. Now he is not no in the middle of the field type of dude, none of that. But I think in and around the red zone, one step and jump, Martavis Bryant will be able to do that for you.
Man, look, I hope he become a Hall of Famer, all timer, man. But I don't want them to pull the wool over my eyes, bro, and say this is the answer though, and then we go out here and try.
I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm just saying it.
I ain't saying you
we're not
saying
saying
that.
you.
I ain't saying you. I'm talking about the
Jones.
Jones.
Office. You know them boys.
Yeah,
cheap.
they'd be like, look, Cowboy Nation, Martavis Bryant is finna
Oh
save
no,
us.
listen, I think I'm keep it real. I think they're good. I think you don't want to change too much of your offense, man. Your quarterback just had the best season of his career, right? You want to enhance what Dak did. Like, we can't be tearing stuff down because I'm gonna tell y'all what we do. We take away stuff from Dak, and then we be like, "Oh, go ahead and just go do it again."
Yeah, like, I wasn't gonna take Cooks here for next season, so I'm not taking nothing. I'm just adding even more. I'm just adding more.
Yeah.
Okay, so then,
how about we word it like this? Let's upgrade over Michael Gallup if Jalen Tolbert's not ready. How about that?
Yeah,
Jalen Tolbert is ready though.
I think so too.
I think
Jalen Tolbert's ready.
He should have got more snaps than Michael Gallup did.
Bro, when they start throwing the ball to Michael Gallup, we knew the game was over. All right, bro. Let's just be real. When they start throwing the ball to Michael Gallup, I start getting my shit, bro.
He said Jordan Love wasn't that good in the regular season. Shit, Jordan Love
was really good.
Jordan Love was going crazy. Jordan Love was second in the NFL in passing touchdowns. The only quarterback that had more passing touchdowns was your quarterback.
And he had chemistry. Tolbert had chemistry with Dak too, man. I did a little film session on it. He was every time Dak scrambled, it seemed like Jalen Tolbert was open and finding ways to communicate with the quarterback, showing some numbers. I liked what I seen from Jalen and Dak though. Like they should have built on that more.
Yep. Hey, can I ask you guys a crazy question? Because this is being in the playoffs, so I can ask whatever I want to ask and talk about whatever I want to talk about.
I mean, go ahead.
Hey, is your wide receiver that you drafted in the draft, is he gonna end up being the best pick from this year's draft?
Who, Jalen Brooks?
Bro, because think about this. If you go look at impactful plays, he probably was supposed to.
Oh, he talking about from your rookie class in this draft. Oh,
yes,
man,
bro. Like, think about that, bro.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Think about all the money we spent going to the draft. Well, don't think about that.
No, hell no. I had a flashback.
Hey, listen,
I got screwed.
Fellas, don't think about the money. Think about us standing in the rain, blogging.
My flight got canceled the day of. I had to pay for a whole new ticket.
Hey, Dwayne Brown said he loved the hoodie, by the way, Wes.
Appreciate you. But think about everything we went through on that draft to be there for the first day. To then, listen to me, LandLord, remember, after they drafted, don't tell them I said this, but I was not going today too. I was upset.
I had to politic to get this man to go. He said, "Listen, cuz it's like a 1,500 drop rule."
Oh my God, it was raining. It was raining, and I knew they was gonna draft the damn tight end. I was in my feelings, y'all. And that's exactly.
I think with the Mozzie pick, if y'all want me to be 100% honest with y'all, man, I think we could be honest. We're a family. You know what I'm saying? No judge. This is judgment-free zone, right? All right. When it came to the nobody said yes. Nobody said yes. I hope this is judgment-free zone.
They said, well,
yeah, you good.
Hey, you know what they said, LandLord? They say what you gotta say first.
We gonna judge it later. But
look,
being real though, I really think I'm gonna talk about my heart and my feelings in the moment. Okay. When we drafted Mozzie Smith,
remember I was there.
To be 100% honest with y'all, I was more relieved that we didn't draft a tight end.
Facts.
I'm gonna be real. I know that's not the greatest thing to say, y'all, but I swear to God, like I'm just being real with y'all.
And it was this close.
It wasn't even about the pick. It was just about the relief that we didn't get a tight end at that point. Like I swear to y'all, I'm just be real with y'all. I think I had to process us getting a defensive tackle afterwards. But I was just like, whoa. But this tight end class looked like it might have not been a bad idea.
I was just going to say.
Looked like it might have not been a bad idea, y'all. What if we would have went and got Kincaid?
If you would have had Kincaid, you would have had Kincaid and
Ferguson. Kincaid going crazy.
Or Sam Laporta.
See, look. The community can be wrong too now. You know what I'm saying? Let's take some ownership on that.
But
remember this. Community can be wrong. The tight ends look good. All of them that they were talking about too. All of them look good.
Except for ours.
But listen, fellas, remember though. You guys got to remember though. defensive tackle. Remember, in football, I always talk about. I'm gonna talk about this more as player development. I only talk about this during the offseason because you don't develop players in the season. You play players in the season. All right. So there's two ways you develop a player. You develop them in the microwave or you develop them in the stove. You know what I'm saying? Give you an example. Micah Parsons, that's a microwave player. He popped his ass in there, hit it 37. Boom, that one popped out with 12 sacks. You know what I'm saying?
Green Bay drafted two of them.
Exactly.
They drafted two tight ends. They got Kraft and Musgrave.
And then you have guys.
Was the one that was 2,500 yards open on the play too.
And listen. Then you have guys who develop who are like an oven player. Where I mean, it took them time to really get hold of it, but now they've got a hold of it. They're better. You know what I'm saying? They're good. So it's like when you're the defensive tackle position, that's not a microwave position, bro.
It's not.
Like, that's not cornerback. Cornerback is a microwave position. You got Joey Porter Jr. in the league. He talking crap. Like,
look, that tell you everything you need to know. Bro, my whole draft career last year, I was talking about how I did not want a defensive tackle. And that just show you how much I was afraid of getting a tight end at the draft.
That's because we needed
I was like,
thank
God.
Right. And think about this, landlord. We needed the reason why we didn't want a defensive tackle in the first round. You wanna know why? Because we needed one right now. In a defensive, listen to me. I know it sounds crazy. People are like, yeah, but if you need a defensive tackle, why would you draft a defensive tackle? Well, because a defensive tackle as a rookie is going to be playing against offensive linemen who are all experienced. The offensive line position in football is the most experienced position in all of football. Think about this. There's probably one offensive line in all of football that has two starting rookies on it.
Hey, let's give our guy Iceberg Slim a little love, bro. Because you remember whole draft season, no lie, he was banging for Kincaid. He was like, man, you remember he got into all kind of fights and arguments with the nation every day, banging for Kincaid. So, hey, respect to you because you look like you was right, man. Kincaid was a baller. Hey, and I don't think it was about the player. It was just about we felt like we was comfortable at tight end from what we seen. Yeah.
Hey, let me show some love to Samson R.
That's a good question. Why we wait Quinn go Hammond? I listen to.
Hey, real quick. Let me get this out the way.
That's a damn good question.
The reason why Dak is having trouble because he stayed behind the chains. McCarthy was calling plays like he had a stud running back and didn't. King Henry
didn't struggle. Dak struggled in a game. Like, folks, we listen to him.
He would talk about why he struggled in that game.
He talking about in Green Bay.
Yeah, because listen, we were talking about breaking tendencies. We don't run the ball on first or second down, but we came into that Green Bay game trying to do it. That was stupid to me. You stick to what got you there. Dallas Cowboys are one of the best teams in throwing the ball on early downs, and we're actually one of the better teams in running on later downs. So throwing on first down and second down and running on third down has worked for the Dallas Cowboys all damn year. It's worked for the Dallas Cowboys all year. And then you got to the playoffs and you did something different. You played man coverage all year and you went to the playoffs playing zone. It's stupid. It's stupid shit. And listen, the Green Bay Packers did make changes to themselves. Like they were primarily a single high safety team. They went out there and played primarily two high safeties. That's not as big of a difference as going from man to zone. It's not. It's just not. So,
but man is from going from a team that is that's heavy man to go into a zone. That is going to be a difference. And I'm going to tell you this right here: you can do it, but that's not a change that you want to make. Like if man is your base defense, that means guys are used to having a person of responsibility. I'm used to watching this little ass kid, right? And then you put someone in zone. That means guess what? You only got one kid. What if two more kids come in? Now you got to watch both these kids. Now a person who's used to just giving his attention to one person now has to give that to two. Now guess what? These guys are professionals. And they make millions of dollars. So yes, there is an expectation they should be able to catch this stuff on. But guess what? There's also a guy that makes millions of dollars on the other side. His job is to what? Pick that stuff apart. I'm gonna tell you, in this game, in this Green Bay Packers game, what I saw from my defense was confusion. There was a lot of this.
They didn't know what the hell to do. Because you got to.
Listen to me. It wasn't times where guys were just like getting like, hey, bro, just getting ran over or just getting lost. But like, bro, go look at the reaction to them when on number 87 when he scored that touchdown. When he was wide open, go look at what the back safeties are. Everybody's like this, like nobody
How the hell
knew
this
who he
happened?
was supposed to
That's scheme. That's scheme. Cause like I could see if you got caught on and you was close and it was good coverage. Like, bro,
Somebody's going
17
to pat
yards
you on the head
of
and say,
separation.
right?
17 yards of separation, bro. That is inexcusable. Like
17. That's like, bro, 17. That is a professional team playing against college DBs, bro.
Man, that's like 40. That's like 40 feet.
17 yards.
that's COVID times 6. Like,
Bruh.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 51 feet of separation. You were 51 feet away from another grown ass man.
And think about this. That's not even considering wide receivers, bro. And I don't think Green Bay has a burner. Who was the burner on that team? I don't think they had no.
Christian Watson.
Nobody was just running past us. 87 looked like he was running a 4.5.
Yeah, we ain't acting like we just needed Kincaid. We just talking back in hindsight. We like maybe the Cowboys was on to something because that's what we was getting projections of. Cowboys drafting a tight end, and then you know what I'm saying. Like I was just taking accountability for myself, saying maybe I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was saying that we didn't need no tight end at all because of what we seen the other tight ends doing. And then obviously the tight ends group was strong, like they were saying. They said this was a dope tight end class, and it looked like they was right about it. The scouts don't be right. The scouts don't be right all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but that is jacked up though, man. Why we get the one tight end that wasn't ready?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you though. If we would have drafted Kincaid, we would have. I mean, and if Ferguson still balled, they would have only been a year apart. I still think the Cowboys. I still think they went in the right direction because you technically have your Kincaid and Ferguson.
I'm saying, but what if Mozzie ain't like that though? They talking about
this man lost. This man
lost 75 pounds and shit.
Listen to me. You can't even ask if he's like that though. You can't even put that out the chance because of his position. His position. That's like you can't judge a guard.
That's why we didn't want it because we needed instant impact.
No. But this is the thing though. You have a defensive coordinator who's a defensive line guru to do your damn job, bro. Like Dan, like what is you talking about? Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Mozzie Smith should be the reason his ass should not be leaving Dallas.
Mozzie Smith should be the reason he leaving because why the hell you tell your one tech to lose 40 pounds to play 3 tech?
You think that he told
because he's gonna play linebacker at some point.
he gonna have him as a safety.
Exactly. So listen to me. This is what you need. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I know how much he loves safeties.
If you want to play linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, this is what you gotta do. Be a linebacker, lose 20 pounds, move to safety. He'll be like, damn, you're big for a safety. You should go play linebacker.
Look, he gonna be like, when Dan Quinn looking for linebackers, he in the interview, he like, you ever play safety?
Exactly.
If you ain't playing safety, it's like you don't qualify, bro.
You don't qualify, bro.
Hey, even the Morbian Overshawn got a safety background.
Hey, and can I tell y'all something?
God damn, Henny, man, you that's depressing, bro.
Hey, can I tell y'all something that somebody didn't bring this up. I brought this up to somebody this week because there was somebody that was like, did you know Micah Parsons was? And da, 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 da. And I was like, I'm looking at the thing, I'm like, damn, he did. But he's about the same size weight. But did you also know that Micah Parsons put on 15 pounds this year? So a lot of us been asking, what's wrong with Micah Parsons? What happened? Bro, he was 15 pounds heavier this year. Y'all remember Zeke that did the same thing after his rookie year? Because I'm going to tell you guys what happened. You get into the NFL, you're still very much a college man. And you need an NFL body to play in the NFL.
So do you
Zeke
think
said himself after his rookie year that he knew he had to put on weight?
Do y'all what y'all think? Do y'all think we stuck with Micah like this then though? What should we do with him going forward?
Well, I think he needs. I mean, considering the dude played, he put 15 more pounds on and still got the same amount of sacks as he did the year before.
He got one more.
Got one more.
He had 15 pounds for one
allegedly.
Sack.
Hey, but I'm just saying that's pretty impressive, bro. Because people typically usually get slower when they put on weight like that.
Oh, he went slow.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So let me see. My plan is let me see if he can get in about 10 more pounds. He's still undersized to be playing defensive line.
So where he had
245.
245. He had 245, 250 right now. Where do you want Mike? He said he'll never go over 255.
Bro.
Then shit, I don't know. I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm
I
telling
don't know
y'all,
at
bro.
that point.
This is why, like, listen, we know Mike is a phenomenal talent. I'm not finna sit up here and say that he's not. But these are the reasons why people probably let him drop a little bit in the draft, bro, because they don't know. He's too much in the middle. It's like, is he going to be this? Is he going to be that?
Hey, Parsons is not a bum. One thing we do
Nah.
know,
Oh, of
he's
course
far
not.
from
Of
a
course
bum.
not.
Nah,
Now,
like,
look,
listen, we're mad. We're not going to use Harper
nah,
Gold
I'm not
defense
going to do
because
that.
our players.
I'm just letting you know, like, you need a defined role sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some defensive coordinators go in and like, okay, I need a linebacker. I don't want to get a hybrid guy. The only reason I feel like Michael wouldn't even been on this team, bro, if we want to be honest. If we would have been able to get a cornerback, we would have drafted a cornerback.
Facts.
He wouldn't even been on this team. So I think he was just a good contingency plan. This is no disrespect to Michael because I'm still glad we got him. But I'm just saying, like, if we was looking for something defined, we looked at Michael like, he's so good, I just can't pass on him. I got to figure out something to do with him. Don't that sound like our mindset?
It sounds like our
we
mindset.
We wanted a cornerback. We literally wanted a cornerback going into that draft. And then Carolina jumped us, or somebody. Denver jumped us, or Carolina?
Carolina
both of them, really.
Carolina drafted J.C. Horn, and Denver drafted
Pat Surtain.
So think about this. That was their contingency plan. Michael was never the plan. Think about that now. And now
we moved back.
Huh?
We moved back, actually.
Yeah, we moved back.
We moved back one spot.
We moved back and still got Michael and got an extra pick. And then we moved back and gave Philly the pick. And they drafted who? Devontae Smith?
Yes. And let me tell y'all something too about that draft. If Michael was a true linebacker, mental linebacker, he is not drafted.
He would have been gone. He would have been gone. He would have been gone. If he would have missed, these are the things that went against Michael in the draft, and that dropped him to 11. He skipped the whole year because of COVID. Remember? He skipped the year. Yeah. He didn't play that year before. And he's a tweener. And he had
only played 18 college games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He skipped the year for COVID. He was a tweener, and he had some little, conduct issues in college. So them the three things that dropped him to 11. And I'm telling you, tweener is one of the biggest ones. Like, bro, coaches don't want to have to figure out who you are. I need a role fulfilled. I got to figure out what you going to do.
Unless you're in Dallas.
Yeah, unless you're in Dallas. But I'm
Dallas,
just saying,
they be like, are you that B?
I don't want to figure out what I do to you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I need a linebacker. Dallas, we needed a linebacker then. We needed a linebacker then. LVE Thunder was kind of gone already. Like, we needed a linebacker then. That's why we drafted him. We like, well, maybe he can be a linebacker. That's what we did. So, like, most coaches don't want to go into it hoping that you can fill this role. They like, I know he can fill this role. I just need him to get in the role and get better and better. So those were the things that was holding Michael back a little bit, man. And now you see him starting to rear their ugly head. Like, you're not sure which one you want to be. I'm not sure. He's not sure. DQ not sure. You know what I'm saying? And what if he's not this superior talent that do all of it well? We got to see. I think that's the next one. We played linebacker. We tried to give him the green dot. It didn't work. We played defensive end. We see it's a lot of wasted motion. He get there 1 or 2 times a game and beat his body up the whole season. Down the stretch, he be losing gas. Now, I guess you could try to, like, really do both of them. Like, have him at linebacker, have him at defensive end, 50-50 or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we have to try to actually do both for real.
Hell nah. Mike, listen to me. Micah Parsons Micah Parsons has showed you what he is. He's a defensive end. The only reason why Micah Parsons is playing middle linebacker, you even think about it, is because of distress, because you don't have one. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's not worth putting him there in that position because you don't have one. I think the Dallas Cowboys need to, one, allow him to play the true position that he wants to play, and that's defensive. I mean, and I'm going to tell you this also. The Cowboys had no problem with Micah Parsons being an edge rusher, but as soon as he starts getting closer and closer to that contract, oh, yeah, they have a problem with it then. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely having a problem with it now. You know what I'm saying? And the podcast. And I asked everybody to be mad at Michael Parsons for the podcast, but to be honest with you, I don't knock the young man for having a podcast. He could be out knocking down 50 women or selling dope. It's a bunch of stuff he could be out there doing. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of stuff that Michael Parsons could be doing. You know what I'm saying? That he's not doing. Why? Because he's at home on a podcast talking about.
But Surtain and Diz would have been a cold duo too.
But can I say this though about Michael Parsons playing edge, because him getting sacks and stuff, the pressures is fine. But we talk about edge, we never discussed the second part to it. He is awful against the run. So Michael Parsons, if he's gonna stay at edge, he's gonna have to do the full job description.
I don't know if he's awful, but he's non-willing. I know he don't want to do it.
Yeah, but
he did that at one game. He was a violent. I forget what game it was. He was tearing somebody's ass up.
We know what you meant.
But look, look, that goes further into him being a tweener. He's an edge. He's not a defensive end.
He remind me of Vic Beasley.
He's an edge. He is not low. Look, we need to stop saying that. This is what we realize. He's not a defensive end. He's an edge.
He's an edge.
Real talk.
Because he's not the same. He's not the same as Sam Williams.
He's not D-Law. He's not
D-Law. He's not like D-Law.
Damn sure ain't D-Law. D-Law do both.
He's an edge rusher. That's who he is. That's why his show is called
The Edge.
The Edge.
Ta-da.
Good point.
He said ta-da. Voila, there go that.
Somebody speak that I'm gonna tell you,
that was a perfect one. It lined up perfect.
What Dan Quinn has done is Dan Quinn has built a defense that is good to beat teams in the regular season. But what he needs to understand is in the tournament, there's only one way to win the tournament, and that's you have to run the ball and you have to stop the run. You know what I'm saying? And so Dan has built a team that over the defense over the 17-game season will be able to do the most of the things that teams play against you. But in the playoffs, in a one-game atmosphere, you're gonna fight. You're gonna pick up bricks. You're gonna do whatever you gotta do. You get in the ring with Mike Tyson, nigga, you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to beat his ass. And that's what Dan is not preparing for. Dan is not preparing for what if teams actually do what your inabilities are. Your inabilities are what? To stop the run. In the regular season, it's easy to mask a bunch of stuff.
I've been saying that all year too, bro. I've been saying that we ain't prepared for the playoffs. If we go up against some big physical teams, we getting cooked. And that's why I say when I did the flag football, it taught me a lot with coaching with these kids, because it made me realize that the regular season is literally just what it is. It's just a regular season. And you're supposed to use that to make your team better for the tournament. But so many people get caught up in the regular season. Why? Because it's 17 games. You know what I'm saying? The regular season is not really what it is. It's the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me personally, in this season, in this draft, I don't want to hear conversations about what we need to be a better team in 2020 and 2024. Right? I don't want to hear that. I want to hear stuff that's like, this is player we drafted. Why? Because when we were in that Green Bay Packer game, we could not stop the run. So we got this guy. When we were in that, we also got this tackle. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Because of this. We need to actually make decisions that are based on winning that game. Because at the end of the day, that's what's killing us. Like, let's think about this, fellas. Did we ever fix our team last year for why we lost in San Francisco? No.
Hell no.
Why did we lose to the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco? I was in the building. You want to know why? We couldn't freaking score.
They did try to add Brandon Cooks, though. They added another weapon, and then they added. They tried to draft Overshawn. That he got hurt. So I guess that's what they solutions was. They got a better cornerback too. But it just the stopping the run, they didn't address really for real at all, in my opinion. Besides Overshawn, possibly, because we don't even know what Overshawn gonna really be.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, we don't know for sure if that would have been a good solution. It appears to be one, but we didn't actually see it, materialize on the field. So that's still a question mark, actually. But we can at least account it for an attempt, though, right? We can at least count it for an attempt.
I mean, LandLord, my question is this: if you were a boxer, right, and you fought 17 fights, right, and you lose 3 of them fights, right, and then you go to the tournament and then they knock your ass out in the first round. When you gonna look at your film, which film are you gonna look at trying to get better? I mean, yeah, you lost these fights a couple months ago. Well, you just got your ass knocked out last week.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, shout out to EO for the $5 super, man. I don't know what side it's on, but he said we need to change the color of the white towels they hand out at the game also, because we all know what a white flag means. Come on, Jerry.
We surrendering out there.
Hey, but Wes, I know this about next season.
Blue would go hard, though.
Hey, I know this about next season. We'll know before the season over we can start the run or not. We're gonna play some teams that are gonna run the shit out of football.
Somebody just said it too, bro. This is quick. Mozzie was supposed to address the run too.
He was,
but man,
that's sad, bro. Go ahead, him. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. But no, because we play the Ravens, we play the Browns, we play the Steelers. Who else from that division we play? We play Cincinnati with Joe Mixon. We're gonna know. We're gonna know. And I'm pretty sure the way that the Eagles play, they're not gonna ask Jalen Hurts to throw the ball 40 times no more. They're gonna probably get back to running the football. So we'll have plenty of opportunities to see we can stop the run next year.
Lamar might have a 300-yard rushing on us with the way DQ play defense.
Shit. Man, I'm ready to see what we do to address the run. So we'll know well before the playoffs if we're gonna do anything at that point.
Hey, I'll say y'all something, man. The biggest thing I will honestly say that surprised me, I got two things I want to say about some things that popped in my head. I am not gonna lie, I am extremely surprised on how far Dan has fallen from where I thought he was. And I think a lot of
he been living off turnovers. It's been all fraudulent.
Bruh, I almost feel bamboozled.
It's been fraudulent, Wes. Yeah. I promise you. I'm telling you, you snatched that Scooby-Doo mask off. Like I said, we revealed the real Dan Quinn. He been living. Look, I said this on my show. I just said it, Wes. Think about this. Bro, even the games that we dominate, we're not getting 3 and outs. I just said, look, I said this without looking at the stat. I got somebody to pull the stat up. They said we were 21st in 3 and outs. We don't get 3 and outs. We don't get 3 and outs. So
21st?
Look, 21st. That's still close to the bottom. 21st.
Bro, that's not even playoff.
Yeah. So think about this though. You 21st in 3 and outs. So that means you're not stopping nobody. We watch the games without even thinking about stats. We barely get 3 and outs. And we look, even when we do stop people, they probably get a field goal or they make a couple of first downs and then punt. They barely just getting 3 and outs, bro. We don't really even get that. So think about it. If you don't get a turnover, you probably finna give up points. With this defense, it's most of the time you giving up points. You giving up 2 or 3 first downs almost every time. If you 21st in 3 and outs, you rarely getting 3 and outs. That's bad business, bro. And if you don't get a turnover, you screwed. He 3-9 in games that he don't get a turnover in. That's bad. You can't live off that, bro. And you already can't stop the run.
Can I interject about how good Dan Quinn is? Can I ask you a question? Sure. Is Dan Quinn's numbers are inflated as hell? We're talking about Dan Quinn having this great defense. He plays Daniel Jones 2 times a year. He just played Sam Howell twice. He played Jalen Hurts in the middle of that damn slump. And in 2021, Jalen Hurts was not a good quarterback, right? So the Eagles were not a good team in 2021. So you get 6 games against subpar players. You played what's the kid name in the Carolina? You played him. You played the Zach Wilson Jets, not Aaron Rodgers and them. You played the New England Patriots with Mac Jones on his last leg because they were already discombobulated by the time we played them. They were finna get out the door. We have allowed 28 points per game when we play winning teams. When we play winning teams, we allow 28 points per games, and when we play teams with losing records, we allow 11.
That's why I said when you take the mask off, I'm not saying he the only blame, but that sounds like a lot of blame. Say that stat one more time, Hen. That sounds like the defense letting you down in big games. Say that again.
And listen, this piggyback on what West Coast said, how they falling. Because last year, the defense allowed 20 points per game against winning teams and 20 points per game against losing teams. This year, against winning teams, they allowed 28 points per game, and they allow 11 points per game against teams with losing records. So y'all remember, we won the game. We got into a shootout with the Seattle Seahawks, a team that was not known for even scoring points. They were in a slump offensively when we played them, right? And real quick, there's two $5 supers, man. All is well hit somebody with a 5-piece. He said we just need swag coaches and owner bring out Dolly Parton and shit.
That didn't symbolize the culture at all.
At all. And then my boy Here Neil hit me with a 5-piece. He said 3 and outs are just as good as turnovers. You're still making the other team give you the ball. And that's the issue.
Somebody else gave me a good stat. I gotta check it, but if it's true, it's very revealing. They said we was like number 1 or number 2 in sacks on first and second down. That's not that good. Like, it's of course when you want sacks, right? But you really prefer them like second, third down, like so you can stop some drives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you can
be number
these days, the way the passing league set up, bro, you can recover from a sack on first down. That ain't nothing no more. Like
all the time. Because listen, we seen it. Dak Prescott was one of the most sacks quarterbacks in the National Football League. They ain't stopped us from scoring 100,000 points.
Bro, we getting sacks on first and second down. Well, teams can recover from it easier. We need some. That's why I've been saying that too before I even knew that was a problem. I said, Micah, I need some drive stopping sacks. I said that on Twitter. I said, Micah Parsons, that's what I'm talking about. Some game changing drive stopping sacks on third down. We don't get them. That's another part of your defense being bad. Well, how many times we done had a team in 2nd and 17 and stuff, and they make one throw, and now it's the first down? You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens way too often. That's why you need sacks on third down to stop them drives, bro.
That's very true. And Craig want to know you feeling better, Wes.
Legally, yes.
Hold on, what the hell?
Hey man, I'm finna have to get up out of here too, man. I gotta go back to work, man. I gotta get cold. It's cold, so I gotta make sure I got enough armor on for the win. But I appreciate all the love and support. I go by LandLord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media, man. Hey man, y'all can't get this uncut type, classic type work from nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? We're going to argue one day. You know, we're gonna do all of that. We don't care. It's uncut for a reason. But that's how we giving it to you, man. If you enjoy it, support the show. Hit the like button. Hey, I'm like 12 subs away from 5K. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and put your boy over that hump real quick, man. I'm real close. And, that's a mark I'm trying to reach. And I appreciate y'all, man. But tap in for the win. Y'all finna keep rocking?
Yeah, we're going to rock for a little bit longer.
Okay, man. I'll tap in with y'all later, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, hold it down, my brother.
Already.
Indeed. And hey, salute to Michael Nelson for hitting me with the $10 cash app, man. I appreciate you for the support, my brother. But yeah, man, this defense, man, like they're living off of reputation. We have a reputation of being a good defense, but when the rubber meets the road, have they really been a good defense? At least this year, right? Because it's a what have you done for me lately league, man. And this year they have not been a good defense when it mattered. Even against a team like the Cardinals, man. Like motion, play action, run game, it kills us. Every time we go up against him, he has not had a real solution for it. So, man, I like Dan Quinn. I still like him, but he's not who I thought he was. And, at this point, I think it's better for both parties if he goes somewhere.
I mean, it's the thing, man. Like, Dan just needs to do. Like, bro, this is the thing. This is the number one thing, Dan. Be who you are, bro. You're a defensive line coach. Like, maybe be the head defensive coordinator, but you need to specialize in something. You know what I'm saying? And the area that we need you is your area of expertise. Like, Dan, if you was a DB coach, you'd be looking at a guy, but everybody's saying you're a D-line coach, and we have problems with the D-line. So bro, just I hate to say it, but like this should be an easy fix for a defensive line coach. I don't understand his philosophy on the linebackers. I don't understand that at all.
I don't understand his philosophy on the defensive tackle position either, because outside of bringing in Hank, like Majah Smith is in limbo right now. You brought him in at 330 to be a nasty one take. You barely played him while he still had to wait on. You had him lose allegedly 40 pounds. I don't know that's how much he lost, but he definitely lost a substantial amount of weight, and he's been playing one tech and three tech. So I don't know what the hell he's doing with Majah Smith. Now you could say Micah Parsons had looked good with Dan Quinn, but he's supposed to. Sam Williams hasn't really flourished like that. He was a second round pick, and this man get more snaps on the special team side of the ball now as a damn oversized gunner. So I don't really understand what Dan Quinn is doing. It's like you're right. His side of the ball is the area that's underperforming. His side of the ball is the one getting the most penalties too. We're being honest. It's folks jumping off sides. It's folks roughing the passer. It's his side of the ball that gets most of the damn penalties outside of Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is the only person on the offense that consistently gets penalties, and he's too good for me to care about it. Like Sam Williams, you jumping off sides, you don't get enough sacks to be jumping off sides for me. You don't get enough sacks to be blowing up the damn punter. Like y'all don't do enough for me to be underperforming and undisciplined. He said, I don't want any of the Ryans in here. Shit, they might give you something better than what Dan giving you. You never know. You never know. So I'm open to anything at this point, man. Hell, if Bill Belichick was willing to be a defensive coordinator, I'd let him in. But I know he want a head coaching job. But I'll bring Bill in if that's the case, because I know that he will get the most out of his defenses, even when they're don't have the talent. We got some talent on the defensive side of the ball. My boy said Wink Martindale. He said Brian Flores. All of those are good options. What you think though, Wes? Like, who would you bring in to replace Dan Quinn if you had a choice?
I'd probably do Al Harris, man. I don't want to. I'm not trying to. I don't like put compounding change on top of change on top of change. I don't like that. Like, cause sometimes all it takes is one little thing, and that all the other. You know what I mean? If it's working, let it work. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's not working, sometimes just fix it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you always got to replace everything. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn, and also you also got to put the mentality that the Cowboys never do the right thing. So it's like we can be out here. I don't want to be pushing in there, get a new coach, get a new coach, and they get the one I don't want. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like,
I know.
Dan Quinn. So right now, like as close as the Cowboys are, I'm okay with keeping the devil that we have under these circumstances if he is willing. Like I'm okay, honestly, I'm okay with keeping Dan as long as he can adjust what the hell he does with the linebacker and stopping the run. And then my question is this, Dan, why don't you want to stop the run?
I don't know, man.
You get what I mean? Like, Dan, don't
have to
you
get
want
somebody
to
in the room to hold him at gunpoint at this point.
But you get what I mean? Like, there's no Dan, don't you want to stop the run?
I mean, does he want to stop the run? We keep saying he should want to stop the run, but since he's been here, he ain't been able to stop the run. I gave him year one because he just got the team right. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, they're doing this because they don't have the personnel in place. But I'll even push back on year one because when you had linebackers on the team, you cut them. Like you cut him because he cut Jalen Smith. Or I don't know if he went to bat for him. I know that they end up moving away from Jalen Smith. They moved Michael Parsons to defensive end, really. So like you really only had the boy Wolf Hunter playing traditional linebacker for you. And then, last year we didn't really have any linebacker help. This year we didn't have no real linebacker help. Because when you did bring in Rashaan Evans, you cut him. And even before you cut him, you weren't playing him. So I don't know, man. Like Dan Quinn is not the complete problem with the defensive side, but also like the way that this defensive roster is shaped is partially because he wanted to be that way. Like partially, I believe that he wants this because he's the one that campaigned to get Keanu Neal here to play linebacker for us, who was a former safety that played for him in Atlanta. Right, he's the one that came up with the decision to move Marquise Bell to the linebacker position, even though he's not a linebacker. So And you're right. If he was to change his defensive philosophy and actually employ actual linebackers, I could rock with him. The issue is I don't think he will. Because listen, there is no reprimand. There's no reprimand for it at this point. Because he's been allowed the full autonomy with his defense, right? Mike McCarthy delegates all this shit. He allowed John Fossil to handle all the special team stuff, and he allows Dan Quinn to handle all the defensive side of the ball. Mike McCarthy has said he's hands on with the offense and he's hands on with Dak Prescott. Everything else, he lets them figure it out. He might need to pull him aside. Like, if you're gonna stay, we need bigger linebacker. We need to focus on stopping the run. You might have to give him an ultimatum, especially with his stock falling right now. But I'm not really sure what you can threaten Dan Quinn with right now to get him to do it, because he hasn't been able to stop the run the last 3 years, and they haven't really pushed him to try and change either. So I guess they complacent. I don't know.
Facts.
I don't know, bro.
Listen, Cowboys, I don't care what everybody else does in the NFL. We don't do good with change. Every time we have a major change to head coach or a defensive coordinator position, it's always negative success, then success. In order for us to get Dan Quinn, we had to have the worst defense in football. In order for us to get Mike McCarthy, we had to have a bad year of offense. And even when we got Mike McCarthy, how many games have we been in? Like, Brad, the Cowboys are on a trajectory right now that says keep everything the same and just tweak stuff. This is not a burn it down. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. It's so easy. Listen to me. Burning it down in January is so fun. You want to know why? Because there's so many moving parts. You know what I'm saying? Burning it, it's so fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? But what happens in like August when everybody's rebuilding and everybody's putting their Legos back together and they're getting ready to go inside and you're still rebuilding? That's the issue. Come September, we're going to want to play real competitive football. That's not going to happen with a rebuild team. And I'm going to be honest with you this right now. It's messy. Like, there's just foolishness, man. Just foolishness. But I do know this. The disappointment of losing in the playoffs is not nearly as bad as the disappointment of not going. And I don't know. That's pretty much all I can say on the subject.
Well, hey, some people say they about that life. If anything was to happen.
Somebody said, I don't trust this team until I see him in the Super Bowl. That means you haven't trusted him in 28 years. Like, listen, stop judging your whole season on winning the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
But I am gonna say this: like, they have every right to look at this team sideways when you get upset in the postseason.
Yeah, I understand it, but what I'm saying is this: if you're only judging it off the postseason, don't watch the regular season.
Shit, I have no choice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you're only gonna judge the postseason, don't watch the regular season. Then don't complain about nothing they do in the regular season. Don't complain about any of that. Then. Like Cowboys, like he says, dude, we had one of the biggest losses in playoffs. Listen to me. You didn't have one of the biggest losses in playoff history. The Philadelphia Eagles had one of the biggest losses in history. They scored 9 points. They scored 32. Your defense came up there and they're 50. We ain't go to no playoff game and only scored 3 field goals. Your defense couldn't stop someone from scoring. Listen, y'all need to stop watching ESPN. Stop watching all these googly-eyed channels who are making their money off of talking about how bad the Cowboys season was, except for the fact that there's 30 other teams that are not going to win the Super Bowl this year. But if you guys notice it, it feels like we're the only ones who for sure didn't do it. Like, bruh, there's other teams that need to get just as much smoke. But I'm telling you this right now. I am not jumping off of a bridge every year my team does not win a Super Bowl. You want to know why? Because at some point, you guys need to start looking at this team before it's even built and saying the same thing West Coast said a month ago. This ain't it. I'm just being honest with you. That's where I am. If you guys are going to be these gangsta-ass fans that just want to burn it down, then you need to be real at the beginning of the season when West Coast told y'all we don't have a middle linebacker, we don't have a running back, and I remember at one point we were 3 of 14 in the red zone. Yes, we were 3-1, but we were 3 and 14 in the red zone. And y'all telling me we a good team. See, that's what I'm saying. All that stuff that we preached all season, all that stuff mattered. All that bad red zone, all that not stopping the run, all that West Coast stop hating. Remember, Oh, I don't like watching West Coast's show. Listen, I literally had someone tell me, I don't like watching your shows after a win because everything's negative. Well, Brad, you go 3 for 7. You go 2 for 7 in the red zone. Yeah, you won, but somebody need to talk about that. And that's what happens. You guys just be happy we won and just sweep stuff on the rug, sweep stuff on the rug, sweep stuff on the rug, and then guess what comes in the playoffs? They snatch that damn rug off your head. We were the same team all season. The only problem is you guys didn't have a problem with us not stopping the run in the regular season because we still win the game. You didn't have a problem with us not running the ball in the regular season. Oh, because we still won the game. But that stuff matters in the playoffs.
It does. Well, that is true. Like you ain't said no lie. The Dallas Cowboys had, they had glaring holes all year, and we were hoping, and we were just hoping that they could overcome it.
Like, why do you think we were asking for Bobby Wagner and linebackers all season?
All off season, made videos, made content on available free agents. Me and LandLord did a show acting as GMs, sign the free agents we wanted to sign. So yeah, that's true. There were issues.
He says that's cap West because we were all complaining
about. But can I say this before you go? Can I say this before you go? Can I say this before you go?
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm out. We all, bro. You ain't made no video, and I don't want to hear it.
All that is true. However, I feel that the disappointment comes because we see other teams have holes as well, and they still find a way to get it done. So I think that's where the disconnect comes. Because what you said is completely true. We're a horrible run defense. When teams decide to run against us, we can't run the football. Matter of fact, we've been a poor run defense since Dan Quinn has been here. But the issue is, like, I think that with the way that everything lined out, playing a team that wasn't on paper wasn't that good. I think that's why people are so up and on with everything. You know what I mean? I think if we had went to the NFC Championship game and lost to the 49ers, I don't think that these folks would have the same energy. I don't think I would have the same energy because my first reaction was fuck all this shit after we lost the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was highly upset, but I just think having home field, playing a team that you should beat, a team that defense, like you said, they played the best game of the season this game, but over the course of the season they got towed up by everybody. We saw the boy from the Giants, the backup, tear this team up. So I think that's where the disconnect comes. We had holes that we knew could supplant everything we were doing. But at the same time, we felt that this team could mask that stuff and still beat a couple of inferior teams to get there.
Yeah,
so I get it though.
Yeah, and Cowboy fans, listen to me, man. Cowboy fans, you guys are so in the moment. Like, you guys, a lot of us, I wish all Cowboy fans did content. It would give you more responsibility to your team. You know what I'm saying? It'd make you more responsible for your team because, if you don't have a lot of basic responsibility, because like basic fans, what they say, we choked. You know why you choked? Because you don't know your team. Because I know we didn't choke. You know why? Because we couldn't stop the run week 1. So what did we choke off of? See, choking is when you were expecting them to do something, they go somewhere, and they didn't do it. Why did you expect the Cowboys to stop the run in the playoffs if they haven't done it in all year? Why were you expecting the Cowboys to be able to run the ball with Tony Pollard if they haven't done it all year? Think about this. We got rid of Ronald Jones, who I did not believe was a good running back, and never even replaced him. We are the only team in football that diminishes your team. They take stuff off. Imagine the Cowboys making this beautiful Subway sandwich. Has 11 ingredients on it, ready to go. And before you eat it, they start taking stuff off and saying, this is going to make the sandwich better. This is going to make the sandwich better. No, all you're doing is making the sandwich smaller and plain. That's it. So that's what I'm saying. For fans, whenever I hear a fan that says, oh, the Cowboys choked, I instantly know that's a fan that wasn't paying attention to their team all year. I know that. Because if you've been watching your team all year, how did we choke? When did we stop the run this season? When? When did Tony Pollard went? He had 2 touchdowns week 1. He went 9 weeks without having a touchdown. When did we choke? He's never been able to run the football.
Yo, hey, Dwayne Brown said, "Are you selling those hoodies?"
Nah, this is a hoodie I got from SFDC. You know what I'm saying? You guys, listen, you guys can flap your gums about who needs them, but it doesn't matter who we want when JJ not willing to sign him. Y'all stop. Listen, y'all sound like some of y'all Cowboys some whiny boo-boo babies, man. Don't take your 12 games and go sit on your thumbs. I'm out. Y'all not make the playoffs. I almost feel like Cowboys need to not make the playoffs so they can appreciate some of the stuff that they go through. So, yes, don't go to the playoffs. Then you be sitting around here like, oh my gosh, so this is what the couch looks like. Yes. I love it though, because Cowboys now we just expect it, bro. Wasn't able to stop the run all season. Was horrible on third down. Couldn't stop anybody on third down. But y'all just, because we're Cowboys, we're supposed to be in the Super Bowl. How? This was not a Super Bowl team. This was not a Super Bowl team this year. I'm just being honest with you. And I still went to the games. Now, man, you on the phone? Come here real quick. Hey, you got 2 seconds? I'm about to cancel myself right now. I don't care. I'm about to cancel myself right now.
I ain't got 2 seconds for you to cancel yourself. Not on this show.
Just, I'll go cancel myself. I'll go ask her.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
What I tell you about the Cowboys 2 months ago, after that Philadelphia win, just say it loud.
I can hear that. Just get closer.
I'm not gonna put you on camera, but I'm just being real. After that Philadelphia game, what did I tell you?
You said the Cowboys were not going to the Super Bowl.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all can get mad at me, but I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. I told her that 2 months ago. I went to 4 games after that. Listen to me. There are things you have to do to win the tournament. You have to stop the run and you have to run the ball. If you do not want to do those things, you do not want to win a Super Bowl, period. Winning a Super Bowl is actually very easy. It's just very easy. Who wants to be the team that's going to commit to stopping the run, and who wants to be the team that is dedicated to running the ball? That's the team that's going to win. You want to know why? Because there's only 4 quarters in football. And if you stop the run, guess what? You're elongating the game for you. And if you run the ball, guess what? You're shortening the game for the defense. As long as there's a stop clock on football, as long as there is a clock on football, running the ball and stopping the run is the cheat code. That's what it is, bro. When you throw the ball, you stop the clock. Like, it's common sense, bro. This is just common sense.
Indeed, man.
It's common sense.
Hey, but you got any final things to add, kinfolk? I'm gonna have to hop off here.
Yeah, the views of West Coast do not share the views of Kenny DeMore. So,
but you didn't lie. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hey, you ain't gotta disassociate yourself from that one, because listen, you are correct. If you can't run the ball, or if you can't run the ball and you can't stop the run, it's going to be hard for you. And I said so myself. The Dallas Cowboys have been a one-dimensional team all year. There is one formula for the Dallas Cowboys to win. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb go crazy. Defense get in a position where they can rush the passer, and the opposing offense is not willing to run the football, so they can try to keep up and score points. That has been the scenario for the Dallas Cowboys to win games all year. That is why the Dallas Cowboys don't have a bunch of close wins. Dallas Cowboys don't have a bunch of close wins because when you're close, they can still run the football. We didn't beat Philadelphia the first time around because it was a close game. They didn't get away from their game plan. We beat the shit out of Philadelphia the second time around because we got up. We beat the shit,
and the clock just kept running.
Yeah, we beat the shit out the Giants and all those other teams by multiple scores. Dallas Cowboys have not won a bunch of one possession games at all. The only game you can really think back that we won was the Lions game, and your defense almost gave up the ghost at the end of that one.
Facts. And think about this, man. Like, Cowboys win with what? We have to have high time of possession. How do you have a high time possession? That means you have to have the freaking football.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I would love to see how many plays our average drives are, because like you're not the Cowboys. Let me tell you another. This is the last thing I'm saying because I know you gotta go.
All right.
But man, I ain't even gonna go into it. That's gonna go. We already are way over. I know you gotta go. But all I'm gonna say is this, man. You know, my fandom and my football are not connected. That's all I'm gonna say. Because my football is always gonna tell West Coast, bruh, what is you doing? Like, you know what it is. Man. But my fandom is gonna say, swipe that debit card. I'm going to Cowboys. And listen to me. I even was telling Henny, just come. I got you.
Mm-hmm. He did. Now listen, I'm gonna tell him again. Tell me ahead of time. Next time, I'm gonna take you up on the offer.
Like, for real, like that's so my fandom and my football are not connected. I still roll with my Cowboys, but my football told me, bro, Cowboys are not gonna stop the run. If they're not gonna stop the run, then why wouldn't Green Bay? Listen, this is the real last thing I was gonna say, because Henny, you said this. The Cowboys are very one-dimensional, and when you are very one-dimensional, you give teams very easy opportunity to beat you. You are playing into their hands. Teams already want to make you one-dimensional. That's the job. That's the job of a defense, is to make you one-dimensional, make you do one thing. We're already doing that to a team, and we have no middle linebacker. Bro, I don't give a damn what nobody says. Our defense is intimidating, but if you don't have a real middle linebacker, no quarterback's scared of your defense, bro. They're not scared of your defense. The quarterbacks are not afraid to throw interceptions. They throw interceptions at practice every day. Every day. Quarterbacks are not afraid to throw interceptions anymore. Mm-mm. They're not. They're scared of middle linebackers and Micah Parsons.
I agree.
Other than that, hey man, don't blame me for what that is, man. You know, that's a private conversation between me and my guy. I wasn't even supposed to tell that. I told her I'd never resolved, but it was too good of a moment.
Hey, speak the truth, man. Hey, that's the only thing we can do at this point, man. If the Cowboys ain't gonna keep it real, we got to keep it real. But man, let them folks know where they can find you at, Wiz.
Anyway, he says, but Green Bay didn't beat us on this. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Running back had 3 rushing touchdowns, and a majority of what Jordan Love did was off a play action shot play. So yes, they ran the ball and they set up those big chunk plays off of play action. So
that boy said 3 rushing touchdowns was not the difference between the Cowboys and us. Okay.
Over 100 yards rushing, 3 rushing touchdowns, and a bunch of play action passes. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys fold like that if they weren't selling out to stop the run?
No. I'm going to be honest with you. If the Dallas Cowboys could stop the run, Green Bay probably has a different game plan.
Facts. Much different game plan. But, man, it's your boy, Henny DeMoore, reporting live from the liquor store. I'll be back on here in about 4 hours. I'll see y'all at 5 o'clock to talk about the Dan Quinn situation. So y'all tune in, tap in, come support. And LandLord. She must be talking about us. But West Coast, what you always say on the way out, my brother?
Never. Hey, real quick, I want to do a 4-day show where we break down. We watch one quarter of the Green Bay Packer game, then we'll be done. We can do a whole. We can wait till the season regular off. We can wait till the season's over if you want to. I mean, because we don't have so much time. But I think that would be good. Like literally Monday we'll do the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then the last day break it down and we're done. And we'll use film so that everybody can see everything they want to see.
That sounds good. To me.
And that's what we're gonna do. We'll do like the last game week wrap up or something. I think that'll be a dope concept. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, hey, anywhere on Google, bro, just type in West Coast Cowboy, man. You guys know that I am. Listen to me, man. This is my content. This is how I present my content. I know I don't come off as a very like I'm not trying to come off like a dude that's just like, oh my God, that's not me. That's not who I am. So I want you guys to know that it's all entertainment, but at the same time, that's me. You know what I'm saying? So if you're getting butthurt over a dude that you've never met talking cowboy content, that's probably you. Because none of this is personal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blood related to this dude right here, and I'm gang related to my boy LandLord. So we all related in some fashion. You feel me? So I love all y'all. Listen to me. It's gonna be a very, 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 very short off season. You know why? Because we're gonna be here every day. You know it.
Facts, man.
Hey, I'm out of here, man. Never look down because stars up. Craig, when you get your hat, make sure you send me a picture, boy.
Hey,
Peace,
y'all. Peace.
And y'all tell him more to get some damn hats too, man.